Okay, well, that didn't go so well. So she's just back in the bathroom hiding. She won't eat her food. Every time she goes down and smells something or even taste it, she just gets so grossed out. So she did that starting yesterday. And before that, she was just eating heartily nonstop. So she probably needs to lose a couple pounds, but it still makes me nervous about. There's a lot of stuff that makes me nervous that I don't want to give energy to. And, I'm going to get a bunch of crystals. I'm going to take them to the med beds and, then give them to my family and stuff for a gift to make them all a necklace or something. I wish I could just take tons and just hand them out. And this kind of got me just kind of irritated about the whole thing is the healing centers. It should be, I don't know, like, why are they even charging? Why is it that people are having to pay to be healed? And why aren't they everywhere? Like, everybody should have them in their homes, as far as I'm concerned. Like, if I have a lot of money, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have a unit in my home. And anybody who comes to my house, you're gonna spend a little time in there healing. Because we all need to reset. We all need this frequency to be raised so our body can get itself back in alignment. They do all of this stuff to keep us structurally in chaos. It's just, and you can feel it when you go into the cities. I swear you can feel the chaotic energy that is there. When you go out from the city and you go out to somewhere where there's less people jammed up on top of each other, and there's more trees around, there's more nature around, you feel so much more calmer just naturally. And but still, this frequency thing, I know a lot of people are like, the white hats are in control and stuff, but the towers are still on. I can hear them. And so, they may have control over certain things. I don't know. It's hard to know. I know that lots of arrests. I know that there is a lot of big changes. But the towers, the spraying, all of that stuff is still going on. So, we just gotta, hold our faith, keep in hope, keep focused on our best outcome, because it's so easy to shift your focus into a darker timeline for yourself. Like I said, over my whole first part of my life, it was like I was on one timeline, and then all of a sudden when I began to love myself and especially began to express to others, claim my story, and then help others to be able to heal, it was seriously like going through a gate to a new part of myself. It was like all of a sudden to get to meet. It's like meeting your older self, meeting your more advanced self. Like, it is kind of like meeting your higher self. It is an expansion of self, but you have to go through this healing. You have to understand that the pain and suffering you've been dealt was also that you could heal and grow. And then once you get to that stage, it is like a whole new you comes out to greet you. And it is powerful. And I know that is the whole thing about the baptism, the whole thing about the phoenix rising, the representation of the moth coming from the cocoon. It's all of this transformation, the snake coming out of its skin, everything. And this is our transformation. This is the human being's transformation to their self, to their purest form of self, to their healthiest, to their most loving aspect, to self. So, this is a really great time, but when they've got so many people fighting and arguing and just taking substances, I guess there's a new pill too that they've put out into the market. They're always doing this stuff. They just want to destroy people's lives. And these people trust them that they're trying to help them build their life and make their lives better and stronger. No, they're trying to destroy our lives. destroy. And so there's a new pill. I can't remember what it's called, but it's small and it's blue, and you don't want to take it. Anybody's got them at a party or anything like that, it's bad news. It's something that's highly addictive inside your body, and as soon as you try and stop taking it, you go through a horrible, horrible withdrawals where you feel like you're going to die for a week. So it's all done on purpose. And everyone who is dealing with that, I see, I'm just like, they could just be in a med bed, going in a med bed and realigning themselves will make such a difference. So, and that's where it's like, why, I get more, the white hats. I know we win and all that stuff, but that's the transformation that we're moving towards, is this readily available, not this like, oh, we've got it, but we're going to charge you to go in. It shouldn't be like that, I don't think. I don't think we should be charging for certain things that should be a part of our not just rights, but is like our, I can't think of that word, like a birthright. Like you're born into this, and there's certain things, certain energies that bring information in, and that should be for all of us. But the people who get it, then they're like, oh, I can make some money off of this. But it shouldn't be where we have people who are homeless and addicted and dying and starving. But in order to be healthy, you have to come up with some money. That's just not how I align, And so, I think that all of these things are going to be shifting. But probably the biggest shift is going to be the money coming back to the people, to give everybody that ability so that they can go around and pay for the things they want. Because that is what holds so many people back, is the financial trap that was set up. This debtor system to keep us all trapped in an enslavement practice. So, I think as the Jubilee happens, which I'm really hopeful for tomorrow, I'm really for the next 2 days, like if time is sped up, like, come on, let's get with this. Like, let's get through these next couple days, because I think there's going to be some significant impact on our reality. At least I'm really hoping, and I know that there's a lot of other people who have that in their mind, and I believe that we can all manifest this together if we all stay focused in our best timeline, that we can pull this forward. Because nobody's timeline is, I want to be sick and dying in a hospital. Nobody. Everybody has got their dreams of what they want for their life. It's imprinted in your soul. Like your soul tells you what you're supposed to be doing. That's what goes for me anyways. They tell me what I'm supposed to be doing and what's going to happen, and they tell me all this stuff. And they tell you years in advance, believe me. Because there's a lot of times where it's just like, well, wasn't this supposed to happen already? And they're like, they'll tell you all sorts of things. Like they'll explain it to you. And it's really, really cool now too, is how many more people are seeing that they are psychic and that the universe is around them is alive. People out talking to trees, hugging trees. Trees are touching them. People are realizing they're psychic. They are, it's so freaking cool. It's such a transformation. And it's absolutely incredible to watch this. And, I'm so excited about it. And I know it is hard to go through and it's hard to change. And, it's baby steps for a lot of people to get off the system, to even understand what the system is all about. But it is, it's a beautiful thing to see people in their soul come to life, to awaken inside themselves and to learn to love themselves. I just had a conversation with another girl who I really, really like this girl. And she's always doing flat earth stuff, and she's got like blue hair. She's got a lot of piercings all over her face. And, she was responding once to something somebody said that was mean. And she said, I was a chubby kid who was bullied all through school, and it's taken me a long time to get to this point of accepting and loving myself, and I don't let anybody bring me down. So, and that is the thing, is these people who go around with their raw feelings. Oh, you hurt my feelings, you hurt my feelings. That's showing you're not healed, because when you get to a place, you see that the person who is throwing the darts, they're the ones who've got the problem. It's not you. There's nothing wrong with you. they don't love and accept themselves, and they don't want anybody else to. And they just want to stay focused on the negative and bring us all down to keep us all low. And we have to see that this world is it's like that. It feeds that energy. And so I was talking to her this morning. She had done this little post about getting off of aluminum deodorant and stuff, go natural and stuff. And so I said, I'm really, I never was really a big deodorant wearer ever. But I never really sweated or was ever smelly or anything. And now I would say like I sweat and stuff more, but I'm sure that I don't smell like roses all the time. But to me, it is our natural scent. We have a natural scent. We are animals. And just like when you see dogs go up and sniffing each other and stuff like that, it's that natural scent. Like we're all putting out these, I think they're called endorphins or something like that. We're all emitting something from our scent that will attract people to certain people. Like some people would be put off by your scent, and some people would be attracted to your scent, and it would all have for a purpose, right? I think that that's what the creation of perfumes. And when I start thinking about the soaps and like we're washing, like why would we need to use soap to wash food out of a pan? Why wouldn't we just use hot water and a brush and just rinse it out and get it clean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But they constantly have us convinced we need detergents. We need detergent in our hair. We need detergent on our skin. All of this stuff, and we're absorbing all these chemicals. And it just, I'm just looking at things so differently. But all of the perfumes and stuff, I think it was kind of put in there to get us to not appreciate our own smells and stuff. Like, I think other animals are put off by the perfumes and stuff, but we've adapted to where if something doesn't smell sweet and sparkly, like it kind of grosses us out. Like, oh, you smell like a person. Ooh, gross. You know what I mean? Not where, we need to go around with all people who've never showered in a month. I'm not saying that. I would still say we need to keep clean and wear clean clothes and keep our bodies clean. But I don't think we need to mask them with all of these deodorants and scents and smells and all that. I think it's I just think it's part of their whole system to keep us detached from ourselves. And so when I was talking to her about this, also talking to her about the filters, the people are just, it is all part of it. So you don't love your own face. If you keep putting on this face that goes over your face, only that other face is more, the acceptable beauty. It turns your face into this more beautiful face. Then people start not liking their own face. And so many people don't like their own face. I didn't like mine for so long. Oh my gosh. Yesterday I had somebody in my comments, I keep having people come in and say, oh, you're so pretty and stuff like that, which, I'll say thanks, but I don't think it is, I'm hoping that it is my soul shining through is what they are seeing. But it was funny because somebody yesterday said, they were talking to somebody else and they were saying how much I look like Bo Derek. And I went in and I said, I haven't heard that in so long. I used to hear that 3 or 4 times a day when she was popular. I heard it all the time. And it really messed with my head too, because, this person who's supposed to be so beautiful, sex symbol, and then people keep telling me I look like her, but I felt like an ugly duckling. I felt ugly. I didn't like myself, and I couldn't see what they could see. And it's just very different when you go out into the world not loving yourself, not loving your face, not loving your body, just, confused by yourself. Like, but it's always in this comparison. Well, that girl over there, she's pretty. Oh, that girl over there, she's got that's pretty hair. My hair, it doesn't look like her hair. Instead of just going, oh, I love my hair. I love my hair. And getting your hair to love you back. It is, if you are constantly, telling your own avatar, your own body, how much you don't like it, you like somebody else's, it makes you feel beat down. It makes you feel like you don't love yourself. And when you turn that love back onto yourself and you start looking at yourself like, oh, I am the way I'm supposed to be. I am my grandma. I am my grandpa. I am my relatives from 100 years ago. I am all those things inside of this body. And you begin to love all aspects of yourself. Even if you got big fat cheeks, you love those big fat cheeks. That was a hard one for me, really hard one, because I always felt like all the other girls had these really sweet little dainty faces, and I always felt like I have these giant cheeks. So anyways, if we focus on what we don't like about ourselves, it just keeps us in that mindset of not loving ourselves. So we have to, every single thing, start breaking it down and start loving it, and then start seeing yourself as the whole picture. Because I know this is a huge transformation going on, because I see it all the time on TikTok. I mean, people are wanting to transform their bodies. People are taking off their makeup. People are going free. They're learning to love themselves. And people are going so much deeper. They're going and they're exposing their emotions. They're talking about real stuff. And it's super exciting, because this is where we should have always been. This is going to take us into such a beautiful place on this planet. So, it's like the end of something old and the beginning of something new. And the beginning of something new is all about self-love and spirituality, and really considering the energy that we're putting out into the world. And so this is, I know it's a hard time, and I know it's tedious as fuck. But I do feel like, when I talk about that wave of the tsunami wave of energy of change and going the other direction, I feel like, so if I see the wave, because for so long it was like the energy was building, there was more and more and more coming. Now I feel like we're at the top of that wave, that it's about to go the other direction. I feel like we are way up here. I don't feel like we're down here anymore. I feel like we're up here, and it's about to go the other direction. And I don't know if it's just me being hopeful, or if I'm reading something that's further down the line, but I feel so like we're so close. And I feel like there's so many other people who are picking up on it. And I think that we just all have to stay centered, however it is to get through this next few days of staying centered and loving yourself, and, and just really, really staying focused on what you want for your life, and, how you want your life to play out. And, like, I want to travel. I want to help people learn how to heal themselves. I want to go in and do more healing on myself. I want to, just live free and go and experience this world. And so, I think it's going to be exciting, but, we've got some more to go. And then even once, the wave breaks, it's still going to be lots and lots of people, because there are so many people that are coming into their spirituality, but they're also saying, like, everyone in my family is still asleep. I don't know what to do. All of those people who are awake in their families are going to find out they have a big role to play, because there's a lot of people who are going to be in a lot of pain and devastation when they realize they've been tricked their whole lives. Because right now they're in such denial. They don't realize that this is the universal change. This is a changing of the ages. There's no way that you can't just pretend like this isn't happening. It's going to happen for everybody. Just like, unless you have your own private Idaho, you just go live in your own little private reality, your own little private world. This world is changing, and it is changing for a purpose, for a cause, because it's the end of this traumatic reality. And you can see, like, it was headed for such a dark, dark place. The more it is shown to us, it is just, what blows my mind is how these people live with themselves. Like, how do you live with yourself when you know what you are doing to people? I just think it's heartless and hateful. And, I think a lot of these people are going to get what they deserve. And they do need to get on out of here. Get on out of here. You need to go get born back someplace else and go learn some more shit. We don't need you around because, all of us who do have a caring bone and we do understand and we do want to work on ourselves, we do deserve to have the world that we create, the one of healed people loving each other. We deserve that, and we will have it. And we're headed there, and I think that it's picking up steam. And because even in this tunnel of light, to get to the age of Aquarius is the enlightening. That is where you have to do your work. Everything comes in. The light's been shown. We were in the dark. We didn't know what was going on. We came into the light. We saw what was going on. And then we had to heal ourselves. And so the people who haven't even seen that, who've been in denial, when all that hits, it's going to be such an abrupt shock to their reality, to their whole system. And so we have a huge amount of healing ahead. And a lot of people, they react in anger. We're going to have different things. People are going to react in pain and crying and tears. Some will react in anger. And we just have to continue to stay centered and don't get all caught up in what's going on with other people. Because there will be people, I think, that will be out, tearing things down. And hopefully they start with the damn towers. Let's tear those things down. I'll be out there with you. When I saw that happening in that video, I think it was 2020, I saw it happening in China, that they went out and started tearing them down. And just the people start going out and shaking them and stuff. Like, we should have known then. Like, hey, this isn't good. I had been hearing about the stuff that was going to go on with those for so long. They've been a concern to a lot of conspiracy theorists for what was going to happen with these things. And now to see like what they really are doing and using these chemicals and frequencies to keep us from getting healthy and working on ourselves and holding us back from our ascension. It's very evil, very evil, and very selfish. And, that's got some karmic debt that will go along with that. And, there will be justice. All of this stuff, these people will suffer their own consequences. Everything that they put out is going to come back on them. Just like all of us, everything we're putting out, when that wave comes up, it's going to come back on us. And that is why a lot of people are going to be really surprised by themselves. That's why it is going to be that witnessing your shadow self. It's going to be a mirror looking right at you. And you are going to have that energy come back to you, and you're going to see yourself. And there's not going to be any more pointing their fingers at everybody else. You're only going to be able to see yourself. And it is a very difficult thing to do. That's why I have been saying this whole time, just keep on working on that, because the dark shadow self is it's a hard thing to face. It's a hard thing to face. Most people, they don't like themselves, but their ego keeps them in a space of survival so that they think that they're okay, they're doing fine. They give them messages kind of like, well, you had to do that. Well, but when all of a sudden you don't have any of that, and you have to see yourself, and you have to really examine your intentions and who you are and how you've affected other people, it's a lot. And a lot of people are going to have a lot of things to face. There's a lot of healing still ahead of us all. And so, just again, just keep working on everything you can, anything that comes up, because the universe is working with you to show you what they want you to heal. Everybody's got their own path, their own individual guidance giving them. We have an overall energetic system, but you also have your own individual guidance. and they will lead you into the places they want to see. Just what blows my mind too is like, even today, I posted this movie yesterday. I started this movie, and I'll be on here with the waves and all that stuff. And it was probably, I was out there doing all that stuff, and then I probably was like, oh my God, my eyes still, I just feel so tired all the time. It was like, I just want to lay down and go to sleep. And so I put on this movie, and like, I didn't know what the movie was. It just pops up on my thing. And then I put it on, and it's called Chain Reaction. It's on YouTube, and it is so much disclosure. I can't even tell you. I don't go look for these movies at all. And I'll just put the movie on that comes to me, and it's just like, blows my mind how much disclosure. And sometimes it will just be the first 2 minutes they want me to see, and I'll keep watching, like, is there something else you want me to see? And it'll just be like, and I'll be like, okay, so I already saw what I was supposed to see, and I'll share it. And it is weird. Like, I can totally see my own self being used to do that. But see, you have to just open yourself up to that universal wisdom or something, and trust it. And so I can't even tell you how many things that have come into my thing that are just so full of disclosure, and I share them. And it really, yesterday, the chain reaction is about the free energy in the water and what they will do to keep that away from us. It goes all through it, and it shows the real stuff, the university, all of it, how all these people are involved to keep us trapped and to hold us in their system instead of allowing us what is our birthright. So anyways, it just is weird, because most of these movies I've never even heard of, like the Jack's Apocalypse. Never heard of that. It just popped up. So I was like, I'll know when I need to go in and watch it, and I'll start watching it. And that one was all about the water, and the government is poisoning it and stuff. So, and so many people are talking about that and testing and stuff. Like everything that I know, everything I've been talking about, I'm seeing people show it now and talk about it and show the evidence. And it it's just, I just, to me, just trust your inner knowing, trust your guidance. It is a relationship that develops. And I know mine's been developing for a really long time, and it's new to a lot of people. And it is difficult, because it is reprogramming yourself and also developing a relationship in a language that you don't fully understand yet. And it's all in this development stage. But everybody has it. Every single person has it. And everybody is it's up to them to turn it on. It is like your challenge to yourself to connect with the other side. And there's so much about just trusting and all of that. So anyways, I got some stuff said. I still feel very much like I'm trying to think of this, but I've got my mind over here too. But yeah, yesterday it was like nonstop. And here she comes again. Nonstop interruption, disruption. And I was only having like a few minutes, but they were filling my head so fast with ones. I think I posted like, I don't know, maybe 30 TikToks yesterday or something. It was a lot. Anyways, just, when they are telling you things, don't trust the information that you're getting. Don't, some people, I think they get it and then they go do a lot of research and stuff like that. I don't do all that. I just say trust your gut, and stay working on you and stay on your positive timeline. And I'll be back tomorrow. Talk to you later. Bye.